A little rusty. Shake the cobwebs off here. Alright guys, playing some Wizards and Warriors today. If you've never played this one, it's 1987, one of Rare's first games for the NES. A lot of fun. Basic premise is you're collecting these diamonds to unlock new areas and to rescue the princess from the castle. A lot of jumping in this platformer. It can be very freaking frustrating. But unlimited continues, which makes life nice. Alright, one of the most notorious things about this game, at least in my opinion, is this music right before death. It can be rather taxing on the nerves. Oops. Alright, if you guys are new today, I'd really appreciate a follow. Just recently started streaming. This is actually my second stream ever. Oh boy. I can't quite get up there yet. Alright, so for most of these levels you need about 100 coins, or excuse me, gems, and then it'll unlock the next area, and each area's got its own boss, which is pretty neat. Get some tree chicken for a little revitalization. Oh, thanks for the follows, guys. Appreciate it. Still getting used to reading comments and playing at the same time. It's kind of hard with platformers. You miss one little jump, then you're back at the bottom. Oh, that sucked. Already been through that one. We got a pink door around here somewhere. There's a blue one. Alright, the different potions are for jumping, and one of them makes you faster. I forget which is which, but they can also be quite useful. Alright, we're gonna go back up. We should have 100 by the time we get to the top here. Pretty solid soundtrack for the 8-bit NES back in the day. Still can get down to this. Yeah, guys, I'd appreciate the likes. If you are enjoying the stream, shoot some likes my way, help me build my audience a little bit. Alright, down we go. Now at this point, any of the gems we get are basically just extra points. Sometimes it's worth it just to die so you don't have to listen to that music anymore. Ah, the Wand of Wonder. Alright, through this gray door we got our first boss here. Wait till it opens. This first one's gonna be close. Alright, did it. Welcome, Mr. Gamer Guy. Nice to see you again. Alright, we got our first princess. Yeah, me too, man. Alright, Lucinda. Alright, on to our next part of the map, the Ice World. So I've been playing this one back from when I was a kid. Wizards and Warriors was probably in my first 10 games for NES. So I thankfully remember where a lot of the stuff is. That can definitely make this game a little challenging for people who have not played it before, as you pretty much have to explore all the different parts of the levels. These guys are really annoying. Alright, so I forget which potion it is. I think it might be the blue one. But I had to watch a YouTube video to figure out how to get up there. It's not the red one, surprisingly. Oh, happy to have those childhood memories flooding back. This one definitely tickles all the nostalgia for me. Alright, if you guys are new to the game, basically what we're doing here is we're collecting these gems to unlock the next portion of the level. Alright, to progress our way through this platformer. Playing Wizards and Warriors today on the NES. Alright, now this is our game changer right here. This allows us to get a little float, which can add a solid jump when we need it. Helps with climbing. Oh, don't have the red key yet. Alright, gotta remember where that one is. Actually, maybe the red key was down here. It's been a minute. Nope, not down here. Alright, so there's my next goal there. You can see I need to get to 100. Now in this game you do not have to collect every key in order to proceed. However, there are certain keys in certain levels that you do need to get. And if you don't get them, you are not able to advance past specific parts. Alright, if you've never seen this game before, this is probably my most annoying thing with this game, is this music right before you're dead. I'm gonna have to go back up and over. Power Stone on the Dreamcast? Yeah, I don't think I've played that one. Never actually had a Dreamcast. I've got a few Dreamcast games emulated, some of the more popular titles, but fortunately that was not one system that I ever did have. Always on the lookout. Alright, here's our red key. Alright guys, if you're just joining us and you like the content for retro gaming, I do a lot of old school stuff. Give me a follow. I'd love to get you guys onto the channel and enjoying these streams with me. Alright, this is our last section. So we do have 100 gems at this point. We're going to go ahead and grab this last key up here. This is one popular thing they added to this game to really screw you up when you're trying to jump up and down. These little spikes of gems can throw you off on some of your vertical platforms. Gosh, I thought the pink key was in here somewhere. Oh, I got it already. Yeah, I don't know why none of my friends had a Dreamcast. I mean, I was a little older when the Dreamcast came out, but man, the games always looked really cool. I think there was just so many systems at that time that kind of, you know, unless you knew somebody that had one or had one yourself, just stayed occupied doing other things. Oh, thanks, Mr. Gamer Guy. I appreciate that. Alright, so here's our next boss here for Ice World. I don't know if I'm going to have enough life to get it done this time. Let's see. Alright, little cheat for this one. Take care of all your little bats first. Alright, that's not good. Oh, one more hit and I'm dead. Oh, almost had it. Alright, we'll get him this time. Oh, does the Japanese Dreamcast, I imagine, has some different titles than the American one? They usually have more options as far as colors and stuff, I've noticed. Especially like with the GameCubes and such. I know, man, 2 more hits and I had it. A little rusty, haven't played this one in a while. Alright, and there's level 2. $128-bit? I think I did know that, but I mean, when you compare it to like the Nintendo 64, you could definitely see a much higher quality graphic. We were playing some Crazy Taxi back in the day. I was kind of blown away by how good that looked. Alright guys, so we've hit our lava level here. Alright, now this one you need some lava boots as it will burn your feet, but you can ride these bubbles up, which is kind of nice. The lava boots also let you ride those lava streams that go back and forth. Let's see if I can find some. I don't really remember where they're at. Alright, so big thing for newbies on this level is if you stand in one place long enough, they will make bubbles directly over where you're standing. Oh, whoops. So it can help you to go up. You just have to be patient enough to actually wait for the bubbles to rise. Yeah, I would say Crazy Taxi's probably gotten the most gameplay as far as Dreamcast is concerned for me. I do know there's a ton of other good titles on there, though. I'll be getting an update to my RetroPie soon that's going to have some more Dreamcast titles, and he's also putting some Sega Saturn stuff on there, and I have zero experience with Sega Saturn, so I'm pretty excited to get that update. It's also going to have a DOSBox update too, so play a lot of those DOS games that used to rock back in the day. Blue Stinger? Yeah, another one I haven't heard of. I'll have to check it out. Alright, so this part's a little crazy. What we gotta do is we gotta find a bubble to go up to the top, and it's gotta basically be in a perfect placement. It's right around here. It's gotta navigate between these two chasms, and then there's... Nope, I'm too far over. Gotta be like right here. Alright, so we're waiting for a perfect bubble. There's a key up here that you cannot access unless you get a bubble ride all the way to the top. And even with the ride, it's tough because you got to be able to make the jump. I'm definitely out of practice. Let's see. Alright, so we got a good bubble. Am I going to make it? Alright, right there. Oh, perfect. Nailed it. Alright, so there's our red key. Now the rest is easy from here. Alright, survival horror. Yeah, I've always liked horror games. Resident Evil I've probably got the most experience with. Oh, crap. I know up here we do have a different weapon we can get as well. Alright, see, without the potion of levitation, there's no way you're getting up there. No! Alright, wanted to see what was in that chest, I can't remember. We're looking for some lava boots to maybe ride some of these flames around. Nope, Staff of Power. Alright, pretty much the same as the Wand of Wonder, just slightly different projectile. $84? That's a solid price. I've heard the major issue with Sega with the Dreamcast is the CD lens going out on them or something. I see them a lot of times pop up in Marketplace for pretty cheap. Don't see a ton of games though. It's usually just the systems. A lot of people burn games for that one. Alright, jeez Louise. Whoops, what happened? Wrong button. Jeez, I'm not making any damage on this guy. What the heck's going on? We'll just go balls out and see if we can beat him up. Alright, you convinced me, man. I'll have to pick one up next time I see one cheap. I don't know, for whatever reason my axe isn't really doing much on this guy. Thankfully you can kind of button mash on a few of these early bosses before they start getting tough. The distressed damsel, now rescued. Alright, moving on. Now this is one of the areas that's larger, and I do believe you need 150 or 200 gems in this one. So collecting on this one's going to be a little bit longer. We do have some secret rooms if I remember correctly. Now oh, there was one of them. Alright, so you find these kind of secret areas throughout this map as well where they got hidden gems. This is Wizards and Warriors. One of Rare's first games that they collaborated on. Had a few sequels to this one. This is definitely my favorite of the three. The second one had Fabio on the cover, if you've ever seen that old NES cover, the box art with Fabio. Kind of funny. That was back in his romance novel days. And then the third one's actually more similar to this one. The second one's kind of like more of an RPG, if I remember correctly. I tried getting into some of the second and the third one. They just never really caught my attention as much as this one did. I don't know, I feel like when you own games as a kid, you end up finding all the secrets and stuff, and they tend to be a little easier anyway. Alright, no red key yet. Now this is the biggest area of this map, so this one does tend to be a little challenging, especially for people who have not played the game before, as there's a lot of area to cover. Crap. Alright, so we got a red key. That also gets you in the doors. Now those guys are really annoying. If I had the boots, I'd be able to kick them and move them, but they're pretty obnoxious. Pretty much just take life every time you run into them. That's a solid price though, 84 bucks. A lot of times I see the Dreamcast with maybe one controller and no games for 75 to 100. I don't know, I'm in Florida, so that stuff pops up quite a bit. It's pretty cutthroat down here though. If you don't get in on those deals pretty fast, they're gone in usually 10 to 15 minutes it seems. I'm pretty sure the next exit is, okay, right here. Alright, yeah, so you can see it says 200 above the gems on this one, so we've got double the collecting to go on this one. Always appreciated the unlimited continues as a kid. If you didn't play the NES a lot of people will tell you that it's pretty unrelenting as it came to having to replay different portions of games because a lot of games didn't have any sort of continues or any sort of way to save, so you just had to basically keep the system on and play and play and play. Alright, already to 148. It's going pretty quick. This is probably the portion of the map I remember the least. It's just a lot of different spots you can go to here. I've seen some Dreamcast sets with games and multiple controllers and I guess they're like memory cards or something, like the little rectangular things for in that neighborhood. Cloak of Darkness, if you hit select, allows you to kind of hide. It's really not a super useful tool, so I typically keep the extra projectile. I haven't really found as many uses for the Cloak of Darkness, as cool as it is to say. VMU, is that what it's called? Is it a memory card? $202. Alright, we're ready to move on. I don't think we need the pink key for this one. Alright, let's take the cloak with us. Okay. I thought so, I just wasn't sure. Alright. Oh, okay, just kidding. We are gonna need the pink key. Alright, so time to try to remember where the pink key is. I want to say you have to go down. It's like a whole different area of the map down here. Ooh, I think there's a secret room right up here. No? Okay. Alright, pink key in here, I believe. Yes. Yes, I do have a Facebook. It is not under JD's Arcade. It's a personal Facebook. That's the only one well, I guess there's more than those, but I do have a Instagram. TikTok's definitely my most popular avenue so far. I've only been doing this a couple months. Eventually we'll expand into Facebook, just I've kind of been taking it slow. I've definitely gained the most traction here on TikTok for whatever reason, not sure why. Funny enough, I've been on Facebook the longest, but I just never really thought about using it for gaming. Alright, let's get a fresh set of legs before we jump in on this next boss. Alright, here we go. Who do we got? Oh, I think this guy's pretty easy if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, no problem. Alright, so that's about halfway. I want to say that was level 4. And there are 8 total. Griselda. Alright, thank you guys for being here today. We're playing Wizards and Warriors. About halfway through here. If you've never seen this one beat, we should be able to play it all the way through the end today. Unless I stumble on one of these bosses. This was definitely one of the harder vertical platformers back in the day. You saw a lot more side to side than you did the vertical. They have those little gem mines on this part that kind of can get in your way and screw up your jumps if you're not careful. That's why you'll see me jumping extra so I don't hit one and fall. Yeesh. And this one. Yep. Nice to meet you too, man. Appreciate you being here. OG Wizards and Warriors, yes sir. We're getting through the whole game today. It's one that you could typically take down in about 2 hours if you kind of know what you're doing, what you're looking for. It's a fun one to stream because it goes pretty quick. I've found out since I've started this channel that this game is pretty polarizing. There's a lot of people that really dislike this game. And I guess I could see that. It can be a tad difficult. And doesn't 100% make sense sometimes, but that's a lot of NES titles. Man, I played River City Ransom for the first time yesterday, and I could not believe how challenging that game was. A real tough time with it. Oh, they got me. Damn it. Alright, so that's what those things can do. And then if you miss your step below, they can really throw you down a ways. Alright, the Forest of Elrond. This is the second forest. Of course, you start the game in the first one, which I found out that a lot of people don't get past that first level, which I can see why you wouldn't like this game if you were stuck to that level the whole time. Ooh, favorite game of all time? That's a toughie. It's probably going to be for NES, because NES was definitely my system as a kid. I didn't get a Super Nintendo until like 2 years after they came out. God, man, it'd probably come down to a couple choices. OG Metroid is definitely in my top 5. OG Zelda. Gosh, Mario RPG is another one that's super great. It's hard to pick just one. Probably Metroid if I had to narrow it down to one specific title. How about you? Alright guys, we're looking for a key here. Pink key is what we are looking for. And there it is. Borderlands, oh, that's a good one. I've got one of the Borderlands series. I think it's like the first couple of games. I have such a backlog of games, I find myself pretty much sticking to most retro games, but on occasion I will get some of the newer stuff played. Tough to find a lot of time being a father and working, so play when I can. think I got lucky there. Gave me a little bounce. Alright, here's another game changer in this game, the Feather of Fall. This will allow you, when you're falling, to push on the up button, and it allows you to fall about half the speed. It's going to be really helpful in a level we got coming up here where we have to do some scaling of the castle walls. It can be a major pain in the butt without that Feather of Fall. Alright, so that gives us enough coins. Alright, yes, the pink one is jumping, for sure. Alright, those are the Boots of Forest I was saying earlier. Those allow you to get rid of those little blue guys that are such a pain in the ass in the ice level. Thought we had some stuff up here, I guess not. Oh, alright, there we go. There was something up here. Yeah, retro games are definitely running pretty high these days. I get a lot of the common stuff that I can when I go to the flea markets and stuff, but man, I emulate a lot of the more expensive titles because I just don't have that kind of money. Wish I did, but... Alright, pink jump, red defense, blue speed. Thank you, I couldn't remember the sequence. Actually didn't even know there was one for defense. Good to know. I think I probably always just wondered what that one does. Now I know. I always thought that guy was too easy. Should have made him a little harder. Alright guys, thanks for joining me here today. If you've never followed me before, do a lot of retro streaming, love the NES. Do review videos on my TikTok page, so if you don't already give me a follow, take a look, shoot me a follow, appreciate it. Alright, we got a couple levels left here guys. This one is a bit of a doozy. Alright, this one is going to test out my ability to jump. You'll see that this is the lowest castle as far as gems. You only need 50. However, to get those 50, we are going to have to do some scaling to get us to the top of this beast. Alright, now this level is definitely when I prefer to play on original hardware. I do not use my NES typically when I'm streaming because I don't have a good camera and it comes in with the scan lines and such that I don't think looks super great when you're streaming. So we'll see how we do with the SNES Classic here. It does tend to be a little harder. Shoot. Falls are a challenge with this. But I will not use save states. I will play it how it was intended. Oh my god. Alright, let's just start this over. I was doing so good to start, I think I jinxed myself. I apologize if I don't hit chat on this board, guys. This one I need my full attention here, otherwise... It's, oh my god. Otherwise it's back to the bottom. I gotta remember not to use my analog stick. For whatever reason makes these a lot harder. Okay, nice and easy. Alright, not a big fan of this side. I'm going back to the other side. Okay, breathe. This level is definitely the worst of the game. I remember as a child this level really being frustrating. Problem with the control pad on this one, if you just overdo it, it sends you walking right off the edge. Gotta go pretty fast too. Alright, nice thing with this level is if you do die, this game I should say, if you do die while you're up here, you get to continue right from where you died, if it's on a block or whatever, so that part always made it a little nicer. Oh boy, alright, got a little greedy there. Alright, okay, so we got to the first castle part. Okay, take your time. No rush. I can never tell if this music made me do better or worse. Sometimes I feel like it raises my anxiety, which helps me to play better. I don't know. Maybe that was the intention. Oh my god, definitely did not mean to let go there. Alright, second plateau. Almost missed that one. Alright. Can we go straight? Nope. You'll make me go over. Fingers getting a little sweaty, guys. Okay, so I don't know if I do this part right or if this is the way it was intended, but you'll see that that is a pink door, which means we need the pink key, which is over here. Not sure how I ever figured that out, and there's probably a way to get there first. But this is how I've always played this level for whatever reason. So whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. That might not be the fastest way, but that's how I've always done it. Alright. Almost there. This is the worst part of this game is this level. Okay, alrighty. Yes, that guy definitely knocked me out of my levitation there. That's the only way to do it? Okay, so I have been doing it right. I gotta wonder how I ever figured that out, because I never had a manual for this game, or a guide rather. Probably just got frustrated and jumped off because I got tired of waiting. Oh my god, what the heck? Alright, made it. Oh man, my hands are sweaty. Adds a whole different level of stress when you're doing it in front of people. It's one thing to do it in front of my kid sister, but pressure's on with you guys. Alright, so remember this one only needs 50 gems, and there's more than enough gems in here to go around. I do think you have to get all the keys, but this is a pretty small area if I remember correctly, so there's not a lot of messing about. It's really not even worth it to try to kill these blue guys because they just repopulate after you die anyway. There are a lot of places to get lost in this game for sure. If you have a good internal map as your mind is going, it makes this a little easier. I think that's one reason I always really liked Metroid for NES, because my mind, for whatever reason, I'm really good at kind of mapping out where I've been and, you know, where I still need to go. And that's a game where you really have to kind of pay attention to, you know, when you go left, when you go right, all that good stuff. Otherwise, it can be incredibly frustrating. Actually, replaying Super Metroid for the first time in a while. Haven't played it in a couple of years, and my god, I really have forgotten a lot in that game. It's a lot of portions that I don't remember at all. Nothing like some moldy chicken. I think we got a hidden room over here, yep. Alright, now I probably should have paid attention to the color of the door to move on, because I really don't want to jump all the way down there and realize I need a blue key. So perhaps we will... Oh, hello. I don't think I knew about that one. I think we'll grab the blue key just to be safe, because I don't want to have to climb up this again. Me too, man. This is one that I have played. Replay this game probably every year. I don't know if it'll ever get remade or not. I really wish it would. I love platformers in general, but there's a couple that really I just love for the Nintendo, and this is definitely one of them. Alright, I think I went everywhere back here. I don't think there is a blue key on this one. We'll just double check, because I do not want to have to climb up this again. It's red, the door? Alright, good deal. Yeah, I felt like you could get keys for all the different levels, but this one being smaller, I think, doesn't have a blue key. I could be wrong, though. Alright. We have one of the harder bosses coming up. I can't remember if it's this part or the next part. It's a guy that starts off as a tiny, like, little flea guy, and then he upgrades as he goes. Alright, much easier to get down than to get up. I always liked this part as a kid. Except I just crashed into the ground. Alright, you're right, red door. Alright, so now we enter the grass area of the map, which means I think there's this level, there's the green level that's after this, and then we got our final boss. So if you're still with me, we do have a final boss coming up soon. I believe it's Malkill. Alright, so from memory, this level here has 100 gems that we need to unlock the door. And then we get to the green portion, which has the least amount of gems in the game, and you basically have to get everything that you can and just keep grinding until you get up to 100. Alright, so this is actually where you come down after you get to the top, so I went the wrong way. But you'll see we'll come back down that way after we get all the way to the top of this little area here. That always confused me as a kid. I always thought you had to go up that way, and remember spending hours trying to figure it out. Lots of chicken on this level. Felt like there was a secret room, no? Oh, yep. What does kicking the chest do? It opens it? Oh shit, I didn't know that. Oh my god. Seriously? Oh man, that is a very helpful point to know. Like I said, I never had a manual for this game. I just kind of learned it as you go. Wow, that makes the Boots of Force a lot more helpful. Holy crap. Thanks, Harley. You taught me something today. That seems like one of those things that's kind of important to know. I didn't get many NES games new. A lot of my games came secondhand. I grew up in Minnesota, so we went to Funkoland. If you guys are from the Midwest, you probably remember Funkoland. They're headquartered in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, which was about 15 minutes from where I grew up, so did a lot of Funkoland purchases, and I'd get the manuals if they had them, but I don't know, for whatever reason, people never really kept the manuals. I really like the ones that I have. I think they're pretty classic. I like looking through them. Now you're gonna make me look up the manual for this game online and see what other things that I never learned that make my life so much easier. Yeah, Philip, man, I remember I set this game down for a while, and the first time I fired it up after maybe 10 years of, college and all that stuff, man, the memories just started flooding back with the music. It's crazy. Oh, I felt like there was going to be something secret up there. Guess not. Alright, red key. So I think my next destination is down. Yes. Alright, red key. So I think my next destination is down. Yes, here. Austin, some of these levels. Alright, here's pink. Hey, thanks for the follow, Philip. Appreciate you. I don't think there's anything up in this corner that I really needed. Oh, just a chest. I mean, I think that they could make this into a pretty popular game. Who doesn't like a good a wizard and warrior story? I mean, the timeline's pretty popular. You look at Willow coming back this year on Disney Plus. I think they have enough of a following. Yeah, it's too bad Nintendo doesn't do more with their retro market. Seems like they're not quite as interested as the fans are. Yikes. Oops. It's the worst part about using an emulator that, well, with a game that uses select, is a lot of times it'll pop up my menu for my SNES Classic and it'll get me out of my game. Oh, crap. It scared me. Oh, I know it, man. My back catalog of games that I just want to play to beat is getting rather long. I've got new games that I bought that full intention on playing that I just never get around to. Oh well, good problem to have, I guess. Just need more time. I think we're really due a Chrono Trigger remake too. I know that they've redone Chrono with Chrono Cross and some of those, but like a legit remake by Nintendo, that game is so beloved. I don't know how they wouldn't make millions off of it. I'm not even a huge RPG guy either. Alright, we are on our way out here. We'll be getting down to the boss pretty quick here. This is one of the few levels in this game where you can actually rack up 300 gems without having to try too hard. Alright, here's that fall I mentioned earlier where we came up the wrong side, now we're coming back down it. Alright, if you're just joining us in the stream, we're getting pretty close to beating the original Wizards and Warriors here. We got 2 levels left, so if you're just joining us, stay tuned, see if we can still beat the boss. It's been a minute. Alright, and there's the 300. Didn't need it, but we got it. A great game to still have, Mr. Halloween. I recommend you play it. This is actually my, well, I'm emulating, but I do have my original copy that was purchased. I think it was one of my first 10 games for the NES. Unfortunately, I didn't get it new, so I didn't get it with the manual, but nonetheless. Alright, so this tends to be my most challenging boss in this game. And you'll see mostly because there's a cheat with Malkill to beat him. Which otherwise he's kind of a pain in the butt too. Oh man. Ah, so close. Wizards and Warriors. We're getting close to the last levels here. I got this boss, and we got one more level after this, and then we'll be facing Malkill, the main wizard. If you're just joining us, second stream of my life today. I actually don't stream on any platforms, just kind of got into my TikTok channel and hit 1,000 followers, so figured why not start streaming some old school stuff, bring back some memories for some people. So if you like what you see, I'd love a follow, throw me some likes, help me build my audience, make me convince my wife that this is a worthwhile hobby, and maybe she'll respect me a little bit more. Probably not, but we'll see. Alright, there it is. Hey, iHeart, how you doing, man? Having a great day here, about to take down some Wizards and Warriors. Yeah, that skeleton is a major pain in the butt. That was pretty good. It only took me 2 tries. Usually it takes me a little more than that. If he hits you, it takes like 1/3 of your health. It's ridiculous. Oh, me too, Black Moon. This is definitely in my top 10. Alright guys, so if you've never made it to this portion, this is the section of this game where you gotta grind out your gems. You need 100, and once you get 100 on this section, it will get you to Malkill, which is our main boss. But I remember this section as a kid being quite a pain. Maybe just because I was more impatient than I am now. There's not as many secret rooms in this one either. You gotta kind of rely on beating your enemies here to get you the gems. Do you know there's a secret somewhere in this tunnel? You see me jumping like an idiot, it's because I'm looking. Hey, thanks for the follow, Black Moon. Appreciate you. Alright, somewhere around here. Maybe it was up a little higher. Yeah, Franklin, this is one of my faves, man. Always really enjoyed putting time in on this one. Oh, okay, that's what it was. This little diamond spike wasn't a secret room. Okay. I knew there was something. Hey guys, if you're just joining us, we're a level away from beating the original Wizards and Warriors on the Nintendo Entertainment System. If you've not streamed with me before, pretty new to this pretty new to streaming in general. This is actually only my second stream. So if you like what you see, alright, shoot me a follow, hit me some likes. Alright, help me convince my wife that this is a worthwhile hobby. I know with your help that she might think differently of me. Probably not, but, you know, I can be hopeful. Core memory engaged. Alright guys, we're grinding for 100 gems and we'll be on to the last boss of Wizards and Warriors. Follow me to the end. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Alright, got ourselves the red key. That's going to get us into Malkill. I do own the trilogy as well, Linky. What's funny is I love this game so much. I really have not put much time into the other two. The second one's kind of different. I mean, it's more like RPG style than this. But the third one's really similar. Yes, there are unlimited continues in this game, which does make it a little easier. Is why I probably mastered it as a child. However, even with unlimited continues, this game can be quite challenging. At least, you know, if you didn't grow up with it. This is something I've been playing since I was 5 or 6, so... I need to take the time to get into Ironsword. I just have not, really haven't put the time into it. I just need more time, honestly. I guess I gotta make the time. Stop playing stuff that I beat 100 times. Alright guys, we're just grinding for these last 24 gems here. If you're new to my channel, check it out. I release videos every day reviewing old NES and SNES games. Love to get you guys' feedback and comments, games that you'd like me to review. Something that I enjoy doing. So if you have games that you would like me to go over, I've got the entire SNES and NES library. Just drop them in the comments and I'll feature your video soon. I've got the entire SNES and NES library. Just drop them in the comments and I'll feature your video soon. Alright, so blue is our speed one. Which we don't really need right now. We're just basically killing enemies to find these last 16 gems. So we can go take on Malkill, our final boss of Wizards and Warriors. Alright, got you up to 400 people. If you guys are new to the channel, take a look at what I got to offer. Like having you guys here. Hit that like and follow. Appreciate it. Alright guys, we're getting close to taking down Malkill in the original Wizards and Warriors for SNES. Game published by Rare in 1987. One of Rare's first titles. Alright, 14. It's the magic number. This is definitely the grindiest part of this game. Otherwise, if you know what you're looking for, you don't have to do too much grinding. But this level in particular makes you have to get about 40 of your gems from your enemies. Now, if you guys remember, the Iron Sword box had Fabio on the cover, which was hilarious. He was a big into romance novels at the time. Well, that sucks. Can't get that. So he graced the cover of many romance novels back in the day. I used to work at the Eden Prairie Library, checking out books. It was always kind of funny to me that was such a popular genre with some people. I never really got it, but whatever. To each their own. Alright, we are 2 gems away from Malkill. And he is the final boss of this lovely game. Oh, look at there. We got our 2 gems. Alright, guys, we got our 100. Now on to the final. I'll try to play him legit, and then I'll show you guys a nice, easy way to beat him. A little cheat, if you will. Alright, so this is one strategy, to sit over in these kind of areas here, trying to knock off the little things he shoots at you. But he's going to pop into these quadrants, which allow for some fast shots. It's definitely the waiting game, and you got to get kind of lucky to get him from here. But we'll try it again with full health once he knocks me out, because I'm not making it this one. Now, another really challenging part about this game, especially this boss, is he actually regenerates health. Oh man, I sound like Chumley. I'm gonna have to do like a voice changer then. That's depressing. Actually a former teacher, so God, it just makes me think of all the generations of children that I depressed with my voice. Another guy told me I sounded like the dude from Bob's Burgers. I don't watch that show, but I'll have to take your word for it. Yes, I was just going to say he does heal, and that makes him incredibly challenging. As I was trying to do my little 6-part series for my channel, he kept regenerating, which makes this strategy a little difficult because unless he comes to these little areas, he just regenerates and you just end up dying because you do not regenerate. I really do sound like Bob. Alright, I guess I'm going to have to watch the cartoon then. Nick Swardson? I'll take Nick Swardson. Alright guys, so let's try this one legit this time. Otherwise I'll show you the trick to beat him pretty much 90% of the time. Alright, I guess there's worse people to sound like. Probably help if I had more than a cup of coffee to eat or drink today. Alright, now you can go out there and chase him around and try to kill him. However, I've had extremely little success when it comes to that. This strategy by itself is not a very great strategy either. It does take some luck. Alright, so let me show you guys how to beat him 90% of the time. This is a bit of a cheat move, but again, this is NES. Alright, so you want to find the right spot behind here. I might be a little too far back. Be able to hit him. Okay, here we go. Alright, so again, some would consider this a bit of a cheat move. But you're going to be able... Well, I don't think I'm far enough up. You're going to be able to hit 2 spots from your levitation. Take me a minute to remember exactly where to go. Yeah, okay, now I can hit both, I think. Come on, Malkill, where you at? Now the trick here is that he shows up enough that you can actually wipe him out before he regenerates his health. I just have something up with my controller, it keeps dropping me. Yes, giant bat boss we did defeat earlier. It's the second level, I believe, the bat boss is on. Alright, Malkill. Now, obviously, positioning for this little trick is important. If he shows up on that platform above me, I get him with my sword. If he shows up on the little ledge across from me, I get him with my axe. I said this works 90% of the time. Man, maybe more like 60% of the time. Pretty good with numbers, but I was just kind of guessing. Alright, so this is where it can get kind of long, because depending on how long it takes him to resurface on those spots, he's going to start regenerating health after like 15 or 30 seconds. You can see him start ticking back up slowly. Alright, a couple more hits and we got him. Bam! Alright, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is Wizards and Warriors number 1. 90% of the time, it works every time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is a complete playthrough of Wizards and Warriors. I did not start a timer, but that was about 90 minutes. Oh, I'm glad I could remind you of what it was called. Classic music just kind of always takes me back. Now, I'd say before I stream any Iron Sword, I'm going to have to actually play it and get familiar with it, because I think I played maybe 20 or 30 minutes total. Alright, so give you a nice little spot to enter your initials. Now, the bad thing about having to do this all on continues is it doesn't truly get your score, because every time you continue, it restarts your score, but, you know, makes you feel good about getting your name on the leaderboard. Really get your score, because every time you continue, it restarts your score, but, you know, makes you feel good about getting your name on the leaderboard. Alright guys, I am JD of JD's Arcade. Alright, if you enjoyed my stream today, or enjoy review of retro content, alright, I'm your guy. If you'd like to follow, this is my little man cave here. Alright, you can see my cloud ceiling. I got my lights on, so it's kind of hard to see. Let's get the window open. Alright, but I'll be bringing you some more SNES and NES content via the stream. You can see my collection down here, mostly Nintendo-based stuff, but I do have some Genesis and some SNES down there as well. Yeah, Nate, I didn't know it was a Rare game either until I was doing a cover one day and saw Rare on the title there. I was like, oh my gosh, can't believe it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I might be back on later tomorrow, so if you would like to shoot me a follow, I'd greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, y'all have a great day. Alright, we'll see you next time. Take care.